This video is part of a webinar series on Hindu Dvesha, an educational series to explore and expose systemic Hindu phobia. This project is sponsored by AHAD, American Hindus Against Defamation, an initiative of the World Hindu Council of America, and Dharma Civilization Foundation.
So I am continuing the narrative of how Hindu Dvesha exhibits itself in news media. So these are a couple of examples. The cartoons were published in New York Times. On the left side, you see the cartoon that was published during the Mangalyaan mission of ISRO. And on the right side, it talks about Prime Minister Modi ji's diplomacy, and it uses caricatures the popular form of God Nataraja. So these may not look like obvious symbols of hate or representation of hate, but when you look at it from an outsider's perspective, like Hindus may look at God Nataraja as a god, a powerful god, and they may think that Modi is being represented as a powerful god. But do the non-Hindus, does the rest of the world look at it in the same way, or is it making fun of Modi ji and the sacred symbols of Hinduism? In the next slide, you see that on the left side we have Modi ji's picture as it was represented when he won the election on the cover of Time magazine. And on the right side we have Erdogan from Turkey and how he was represented when he was leading his nation. So in Modi ji's case, they had to get a picture. It is not even a real photograph. And it had to be morphed in such a way that he looks kind of cruel and uncompromising. Whereas Erdogan looks more like a determined business executive. And they even use the title Divider-in-Chief for Modi ji. Whereas for Erdogan, they acknowledge that he is a pro-Islamic leader. But in bracket, they emphasize that he is secular, democratic, Western and friendly. These two are very popular pictures from Washington Post. It has become a meme. So Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the ISIS leader, was called an austere religious scholar, whereas the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi ji, he is called as a militant monk. Even though he is a well-educated person with a master's degree in math, he has been a member of parliament, elected multiple times. This is another example. CNN's documentary, there was a series called Believer, which was produced by Reza Aslan. And the very first episode of Believer was on Hindu Dharma. And if you see the subsequent episodes, are all on not very big religions, not well-known world religions, other than the last one maybe, which is the Jewish religion. But the other ones, like the Doomsday Cult in Hawaii, the Voodoo in Hawaii, and Scientology and Santa Muerte in Mexico. So these are all some obscure cults that they have taken to caricaturize. But when talking about Hindu Dharma, they bring up the Hindu Aghoris. And they use that to represent, they talk about cannibalism and all the different practices of Aghori. In one of the subsequent conversations or interviews, Reza Aslan himself acknowledged that he found the Hinduism that he was looking for to portray. So he deliberately wanted to portray a certain view of Hindu Dharma. And Hindu Dvesha becomes most obvious when the media starts talking about Hindu festivals. And all the examples that I'm showing here are from media in Bharat, in India itself. On the left side, you see that Diwali is called a festival of fats. Whereas for Christmas, they talk about food in much more flattering terms. Festival of Kadwa Chauth, every year Kadwa Chauth and Raksha Bandhan are considered to be patriarchal representations. Jallikattu and Diwali becomes festival that harasses or that's a cruel practice against animals. Whereas Eid, where rituals, sacrifice of animals happens on the streets. It's called a feast of sacrifice that the world celebrates. And these are few more examples of Holi and Navaratri. Holi is, as you may all recognize, Holi is becoming very popular in the US these days. It's a fun festival. Everybody wants to participate in it regardless of their cultural and religious background. And because of that, from last year, we have been seeing an attempt to hijack Holi by many different groups, anti-Hindu groups on college campuses and other places within the US as well. So as we saw in my slides, it happens in many different levels, obvious as well as subtle levels. And the objective of all this by media is to make it okay to have these kinds of attitudes towards Hindu dharma, towards Hindu culture, civilization, towards the Hindu people in Bharat, in the US, and all over the world.